Dear listener, welcome back to Heart for Tales. What's up, guys? How are we? Oh, the state of you.
Good one, Dylan.
These intros are always incredible for me to try and mix in.
I don't give a shit. We're back in that one. The land, and I have M's prepared. I prepared them as we were setting up cameras.
For the whole day?
I don't believe you.
For the whole day?
The second one...
That was an M.
We'll see. But welcome back to Leth One, the land of might, magic, and Murray.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah.
Gotcha.
He was the guardsman, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
One of them, yeah. I think he was the captain.
He was the captain who
Yeah,
came out
yeah.
after the fact.
Yeah.
He was having marital troubles.
He was having marital troubles.
Yes.
Um,
God, it's been a while.
yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of marital troubles.
Is this going to be like
Yeah,
a therapy session?
Yeah. Let's just all talk about our marriages, guys. No. The marital troubles between not quite married people yet, but Sid and Bren.
Are we getting married? Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Not anymore.
Maybe. But let's do a roll for a recap to see how likely that it is to happen.
Do I have to?
Yeah?
Okay.
Why would you just like to do the recap?
No, I'd like to not. Or I'll do it. I'll just
Oh,
fucking
you do it once and you think you get out of them?
I did my time. I did my recapping.
I got a nice, decent middle of the road 12.
I got an 18.
Well, that's pretty good.
Do you want? Will this be the first step in solidifying our marriages? I will do this for you.
That will make 3 in a row that you've done, actually, because I kind of forced you to
As
do...
opposed to your what, though? Your solid 11
like
or 12?
Yeah.
Look,
I mean-
it's okay, baby. I'll do this one.
Look,
You just sit back, make yourself some tea.
Yeah.
And Papa Jim will take this recap.
All right, I'll do the next episode. We won't roll for it. I'll 100% do the next one, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
Fine.
Yeah, cool. He shot me.
No, hold on. I rolled lowest. He moved himself purposely in front of the arrow. He even rolled to do it.
I don't know where you're getting that from. I didn't know you were there. How was I to know you were going to shoot to kill someone I was holding? I didn't think you'd take that risk.
Well, maybe the fact that I shot to kill or stepped to kill, 2 steps to kill, multiple times one guy.
You crit on me. Yeah, and you stood on that guy's neck. Yeah, I should have seen
I
that.
didn't stand on his neck. Calm down. Calm down, American cops.
Sorry. It's so much better. You put a knife on his neck and stood on that.
Here, I'm sorry. I know I just said in the Discord I wouldn't make any cop references for a couple episodes.
So, where do you want me to take this recap from? The last episode, I guess, right? Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Here's a sweeping recap. Shit was alive in the woods, right? We found the Hootsforce, and they had a wibbly wobbly, and we fought them. Then some people fought more aggressively than others. It was a bit of an intense fight. People going invisible, people throwing drop kicks, people burning and disfiguring the hands of other people. Melody did sweet fuck all.
Yeah, true.
And then we kicked the cleric back through the portal, and Bren, having been shot, whether it was intentional or not, neither here nor there, Bren got shot and needed to take a moment, so he jumped into the wibbly wobbly to see if that's where he came from. Now, the episode then went in 2 distinct directions. I'll sum up Bren's first. He had a jaunty adventure in the Feywild where he made friends with a centaur, got the mobile feat for himself, ate some lovely fucking berries and shit, found basically the Disney castle banned by elves, made buds with the
Eladrin,
elves.
to be
Eladrin,
specific.
sorry,
Yeah.
apologies. Made friends, it's the French accent.
Yeah. I mean, they're all cousins, so
They should have French-Canadian accents. The
if
Eladrin.
I could do a French-Canadian accent...
I don't know the difference.
Me neither.
Yeah. Anyway.
Hopefully no one from Canada, from French Canada listens.
Bren then made friends with the Eladrin, brought them back, found the Hootsforce.
Don't forget Georgie.
I didn't. I mentioned
Oh,
the
okay,
centaur,
sorry.
Had an absolute heart-to-heart with the centaur on the way over.
Yeah.
Then had a heart-to-heart with Murray, the captain of the Eladrin Guard, on the way back, and did his best to guide Murray in his relationship. Came back, and found lots of things in the clearing. Smash cut to the other half of the episode. Sid was in a dark place. He had just killed a load of people. He had shot Bren.
Some zombies.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
he had killed one person, disfigured another, and then fought a load of zombies.
Actually, Sid didn't hardly do anything to the other guy. Fink,
yeah.
Yeah, Fink
brutalized.
I
actually think
hounded that
it
guy
may have
for
been-
a full hour and 20 minutes before finally
all
making the
of
kill.
Fink doing it.
I think it was like
You may have
majority.
gotten one shot in, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Sorry.
Anyway.
the cleric also.
Oh, and you thunderstepped him.
I thunderstepped him
and
too.
the
Yeah.
cleric flame stormed him.
Yeah, and then he attacked Fink while he was a ball of fire, which didn't help.
He
at
got
all.
it from
Yeah.
every fucking angle possible,
yeah.
basically. And he was meant to be hard, and he ended up just not being. But anyway,
I would
then-
have to say my favorite thing. Sorry to cut you
That's
off.
fine.
I know we've been interrupting you a lot.
Ryan just doesn't know how to not do a recap.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
I haven't been speaking enough in the first
Why
5
aren't
minutes
you
of the
doing
episode.
this
So what are
in
you
character? Like,
How do I do intros
Where's
without
the
punk
s-
music in the background?
where's the sub narrative to this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I loved that you were like, okay, I've got this scary character. I got to get him out of there, because Fink had just pinned him to
Yeah,
the ground.
yeah.
And then he turned invisible to run away. Fink somehow passed that check and pulled him to the ground
Yeah.
again. on
Yeah,
the
and then he was
opportunity attack.
bleeding, so Fink just knew where he was the whole time.
Yeah.
Anyway. And singed flesh, he's got a nose, that rat. So anyway, that resolved itself, whichever way it did. And then Melody and Sid had not so much a heart-to-heart as a high-volume debate about the rights and the wrongs of what happened. Then Sid kind of turned from the anger and started putting out the fires in the place. But then the cleric came back through and started
talking shit.
Started talking shit.
Ripped up your work order from.
And that was it. Then Sid fucking went to kill her again.
Got a good old chop on her.
You got a good old chop on her, and she dipped back into the Fey realm. And then
Very practical.
yeah.
I love how she was like, "You guys are crazy." After literally instigating the guy, like I don't know if
I mean, I gotta put my hands in the air and say we fully instigated.
Yeah.
We jumped them from the shadows.
This is the first time you guys have actually been murder hobos.
Yeah.
Like,
I just mean if in real life someone decapitated you, and then
I'd be dead.
and then they actually stopped and were trying to talk to me, I wouldn't go, "Oh, you bitch! I'm gonna rip up your piece of paper that's important to you," and other stuff. I'm not gonna act tough. I'm gonna be like, "Whoa, I'm very freaked out."
I would
Yeah.
act tough if I had the powers of an almighty cleric, though. I think.
yeah.
I guess. But she
and
was
I-
just
and
shrug
I-
him off the one time.
And
you
I,
know?
well, she did, because she was like, I used my best spell, and then everything was gone.
Yeah.
Except us. And she was like, fuck.
Yeah.
But also, she knew she had a dip in that she could wibbly wobbly into the Fey realm.
Yeah.
But neither here nor there. You guys had another heart-to-heart. Sid then started putting out the fires, and between them, they worked out how to close the portal. They then jumped into the portal to find the clearing that Bren and his small army were now marching into. Bren took this opportunity to intimidate the Hootsforce cleric, gained some small information from her, and then callously and somewhat coldly condemned her to prison in the Feywild, as opposed to allowing her to return to Lethuan, which
Made
she
her
could
a pet.
potentially. No, he deliberately was going to let her go when they said like a pet, and then it was clarified that it's actually just like a comfortable prison, which neither here nor there, but it's phrasing of the thing.
Yeah.
It's the optics.
Yeah. It's
I mean,
the-
to be fair, like
And
my
then-
dogs were always treated so well.
Yeah. Oh, like
there's worse things if
I
you
would
did.
love to
come
be
back as a
treated like
dog,
someone's dog.
That's the jackpot. Like,
If somebody was like, "We'll treat you like a pet," thank you.
is that a couch dog? Because I'm up for being a couch
Yeah.
dog. Like, but yeah. Anyway, we all as a unit came back through the portal. Bren had procured the link to the Fey realm that was needed to close the portal, which he gave to Melody, keeping one ring that he got for himself to himself. Sid tried to apologize to him, but he told him that they were no longer on speaking terms and stormed into the trees, while Melody and Sid then closed the portal. I'm assuming Fink was eating something at that point. But,
Yeah.
yeah, that's where we are right now.
Yeah, that is where we are now. Yeah, and I think at the end of the last episode, Sid had been kind of hinting at that there was other things that he knew that maybe Melody didn't.
He had, at the height of the argument, he expressed frustration that he couldn't tell Melody everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
where we are now, you guys are in this thicket. The Wibbly Wobbly has just been closed. The trees are all kind of like grumbling, but in a not necessarily angry, more of like a
Damp.
concerned. They're dampened. They've been singed, but like it all happened so quickly that there was no kind of doesn't seem to be any kind of real
Massive.
lasting damage. It wasn't like a wildfire.
And they're
had
magically buff anyway. So.
Yeah. I'd
Yeah.
assume magic trees recover quicker
You know
than
what?
regular trees.
Also, that owl in the trees say was already in a previous episode was
Yeah.
already in the forest before the Wibbly Wobbly opened. So the buff owl is not the same buff owl that
I was thinking about that. Is that...
the military people are looking for.
But is it, though? Because...
No, it's pretty clearly that it was already there before the Wibble Wobble.
No, because the forest grew up when the Wibbly Wobbly opened, right?
Yeah.
And the animals were fleeing the forest. So my read on it is that the Wibbly Wobbly opened out. What's the owl's name again?
Well, no,
don't
because
know.
the trees say that he
Vincent or
used to
something.
always hang out there, but that he got freaked out when it got all Wibbly
did
Wobbly
they?
and he left.
But how would the
Yeah.
trees know that? Their consciousness started
They
with the
seem
Wibbly
to
Wobbly.
know that it was not.
Do they have memory of when they were regular trees?
It was back and forth in the episode. I'm not sure if Dylan expected us to question all this that much. At one point, he thought that the leaves and the branches were separate entities, and then decided they were all just one.
We'll have to.
The last few episodes have been very seat of my pants, guys. I'm not gonna lie.
We'll have to ask the owl next time
We'll
see
have-
him.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to listen to that episode again. Remember the name of that owl.
Maybe he had escaped longer ago. Then.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Time moves differently. Then.
Yeah.
I think
who
there
knows
was
what could
some
have happened in
time
this.
dilution going on. in
Maybe
the
it's his
forest.
grandson.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be.
That's a great callback to doing that to Con, but
Um,
not Con's callbacks. That's later. Now we'll get to callback. Con's callbacks. And Con's callbacks.
No,
Okay, sorry.
we've gone too far.
Anyway.
This intro is far too long. Dylan,
Far too
please
long.
continue your opening narration.
I've been trying to. I really have.
Yeah, sorry.
Everything's singed, but dampened, has been put out. The trees in the forest is kind of like grumbling, but they're all kind of doing more concerned. They're all kind of checking in with each other, like being like, "Oh, did you lose too many leaves?" and all this sort of stuff. Be like, they all seem to be, not angry but concerned, and kind of like in amongst all of this, chatter. I think Melody comes over. Bren's like has stormed off.
Yeah.
Melody just comes over to you and it's like, okay, Sid, just sit down.
Okay.
Just sit down, okay? What the fuck is up with you?
What do you mean? Like, okay. We talked about this last time. Like, part of the reason that we put together this entire thing was to stop the Hootsforce.
I'm not. Honestly, it's not the Hootsforce. It's you. You're just maybe it's to do with the Hootsforce. I don't know, but you just seem so intense. You seem worked up. I don't know. You haven't seemed right. You've been the Sid I knew was so outgoing and happy and full of wonder and excitement to see the world, and now I don't know. It's
The past few months have not been great.
okay. Well,
I finally meet somebody that I connected with.
Yeah.
Well, I thought I had years ago, but turns out he's a jerk and apparently always hated me. And then I get to finally connect with somebody, have something great going, and then the Hootsforce do that and try and burn down an entire village. And there's supposed to be some type of peacekeepers. And then I go back to town and I've spent months looking into all the terrible stuff they've done. From an economic basis, from everything. You know what? You remember how I used to always be so excited to show you like my books on stuff?
yeah.
Well, I've got another book. I pull out another big one. I go, This one's not so fun to look through, Melody.
Okay, well, I mean, the other one was a lot of horrifying
Beat me
monsters.
to it.
Yeah, but they're cute.
Okay.
This is literally everything. Look, okay, so if I go to this, I've got it all indexed here, but if you go through, and so this is every little town, every village, every city, every street, everything where they've got their fingers in it, and where just there's been economic downfall. Farmers don't have control over what they want to do anymore. Libraries have had entire books like taken out of them that they don't want seen. Like entire histories of wars have been rewritten. Like there's like a small gang that was outside of where Khan was posted when he was younger that is just like completely stripped from a lot of the record books for a lot of these towns. Like nobody knows anything about what has happened before that. Not really. They have what the Hootsforce has written down. And you know what? Then I just find out. And then I find out
What?
that the higher you get up in town, that then I get told things that I'm not supposed to tell you. That I'm not supposed to tell it. Like, why are we keeping secrets? Why?
I don't know. I'm not keeping any secrets from you.
And that they told me I couldn't tell anyone. And the thing is stuff like that is what makes the Hootsforce even worse.
Okay, hang on.
The things I've learned.
1 second.
Cat girls are real.
I can't process it. Bren, come over here for a second. Sit down.
Yeah, fine.
The three of us, 4. She beckons to Fink. Fink, sit down.
5. Pat the thing on my side.
Okay, 5 of us. Tim's can be included too. Circle of trust.
The real one?
Let's do real circle of trust. We're supposed to be here as a team.
Listeners, if you aren't aware, that's the mental psionic thing. We're all talking inside each other's heads now.
And I'm sure you'll have a nice audio effect.
Wheel, wheel, wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do the echo for you.
Please don't.
If we don't all work as a team here, if we don't all trust each other, this can't happen. Okay, if there's secrets like Bren, I think it's great that you're able to. I know your hand was kind of forced a little bit by Aisling, but I think it's great that you're able to kind of reveal your true self to us. Sid, if there's things that I know you have obviously a huge tie to town, but if there's things that town has told you not to tell us that's going to affect our lives, we all deserve to know.
I know. And I've always told you everything. Like, I mean, that's my thing. Like, that's why I hate the Bard's songs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they've grown on me a bit, but, you know.
Yeah, obviously I knew it would, but
yeah. But, all right. The Hootsforce have been actively changing history. Going so far as literally stealing important texts from town.
How?
And the big thing is that I'm now out on a mission that somebody else from town was sent on once before and never came back from. Because he's a piece of shit and didn't tell anybody that he was going and probably fucking joined them. Is probably one of them, probably fucking head of them, probably sitting sucking the Hoots dude's dick or something. Piece of shit.
Well, this has been constructive, Melody.
It's my dad.
All right.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is that
There was a giant cave and they brought me into it and there was a fucking cat girl.
okay, again with the cat girls, like, you're gonna have to be a little bit more specific
And
here.
she tried to kill me, and then I was like, this is stupid. Like, I do all your stupid tests, and then you try and kill me, and she was like, oh, yeah, I guess that doesn't make sense. I was like, no shit, dude. And, like, then she goes to me to find the fucking Necrogoblicon. Like, what a fucking terrifying name for a book. Like,
Okay, multiple things there. First off, cat girls? What?
yeah.
That's what you're zoning in on?
Well,
Cat
look,
girls?
I'm interested. Okay, that's the first question. Okay, so hang on. Why is all okay? No, you're Bren. You're right. Priorities. What I'm hearing is your dad went alone, didn't tell anyone. Do you want to follow in his footsteps?
No.
Okay, circle of trust. That's why we're here.
Yeah. I know. And I've hated this. Like, I mean, it's only been a few days and it's fucking eating me alive. Like,
Look, take it from somebody who spent an awfully long time keeping an awful lot of secrets. It doesn't work. They just rot you from the inside out.
and that's one of our
Fester.
massive tenets. Like, that's the entire point of town is it's secrets are bad, that not distributing knowledge, like, that's the entire point of what we do. That's what I grew up with. That's what I grew up around. That's the entire point of everything that we do. And then immediately when I get moved into a higher level, these dudes are just sitting around keeping secrets. Like, how's that any different than any other fucked up city?
Well, it's not. If you want the simple answer, yeah, maybe you've had blinkers on and you're seeing an idealized version of this of your town, but you know, power corrupts.
And I mean, the dragon that founded town got killed.
Sorry, a dragon founded town?
Yeah, guys, there's been a lot going on in my head the past few days.
Okay, yeah, this is why circle of trust is important and sharing is good. This is a lot for you to
in the Hootsforce
to be holding.
And the Hootsforce seem to be behind a lot of the problems everywhere and actively aware of stuff. And pretty much what it comes down to is all of these crazy anomalies that we've seen going on everywhere. A lot of it points to the fact that maybe they've caused it to start happening in the first place. That, yeah, they may be researching it now, but like, it seems like it's their fault in the first place. Along with, I mean, look at this. Look at the economic issues that they're causing out west by the fact that they've just put up these like trade barriers, and like now they can't get their cows appropriately over there. And there's only a few farms that they're letting actually have the distribution rights, where like everybody else, these mom and pop ones are just falling under, and it's all just these massive distribution ones.
Look, you know, that's terrible about those cows. It is. But, you know, I think, Sid, you can't see the wood for the trees here. You're letting every bad thing just overwhelm you. You know, you have to step back and you have to focus on what you know, and what you know is you and your beliefs. Yeah, so what? Town isn't what you thought it was. Big fucking whoop. Everything isn't what we thought it was. Power corrupts, absolutely. And you just told me it was founded by a dragon? Dragons hoard shit, Sid. That's what they do.
We actually don't know if that's true.
Oh, well, I'm pretty sure. Well, okay, in this, literally every song agrees. Every song agrees that a dragon hoards things. It's what they do, like, and there's a tiny, just bear with me now, a tiny chance that the dragon who founded your town may not want people in that town to think that the knowledge is a hoard. Just putting that out there.
But it's all free for everybody to come and get.
Is it?
Sure.
Could
That's
I just
the thing
go
about knowledge, is that if somebody
Sid,
takes it, it doesn't go
hold on.
away.
No, we're going micro. We need to look macro.
Yeah.
But also, if I were to walk into town, would I get the information you have?
You can go to the library, yeah.
Would I get the information you were given when you went down to talk to the
No,
detective?
and that's the problem.
Yeah,
Okay.
so let's look at this realistically, right?
There's a Frenchman down there.
It's sad. Yeah, they're everywhere.
There's a lot of them around here.
They're fucking everywhere.
Well, that's
Listen,
the problem with elves, you know, they live a long time, they get embedded into these institutions.
I literally went into another realm and they were there too. They're fucking everywhere, man. It's endemic. You have to step back from this. If you keep chasing these distruths and expecting them to be good, that's not going to happen, and you're going to continuously get disappointed, and then you're going to poison yourself. You need to focus on making things better, not on getting pissed about the way they are.
Yeah, and look, I fully stand behind what we did in Stonebridge. Oh, by the way, Bren.
Also, sorry,
Yes.
I don't know anything about anything anyone is talking about. I don't know who Marianne
Nobody
is.
prepped
and
you on this?
You keep referencing a hymn that I don't know about, so let's just...
Well,
Melody,
I
loop
didn't want
Bren
to.
in?
I didn't want to.
What did you all talk about? Did you just sing songs on your entire trek to town?
A little bit, but
And drink?
Yeah,
I didn't
exactly
want
those two things.
And we had a great time doing it, okay? And we got into a lot of trouble. And if Vespucci goes into certain towns, me and Bren
We're
can't
gonna be
there.
gone.
So you haven't even told him about Khan. At all.
Khan's not my story to tell. That's our story. I wasn't gonna tell Bren without you here. But look, these are the cliff notes.
All right, yeah, fill me in.
Melody spends like 10 minutes kind of just filling you in on kind of everything that's happened.
Fuck me. Purple robes.
He was so edgy.
Right, okay, go on.
Khan was one of the best people that I ever met, and was killed because the butchers that were around him actually, like, from what the witnesses have said, like, literally said that to them, to Khan, oh, do you think you can save that child before I get to them and kill them? And it's these are the type of people that are put in power and are like withholding knowledge and stealing knowledge and saying that they're investigating these things. But when another band shows up, I point at the Motley Crue around them, just butcher them. For what? For stealing a flask? A succulent Chinese flask?
You know I have studied my kung fu better than most. And it is giving me
and your judo.
is it judo?
It's judo.
I paused because like, what fucking martial art was it?
Okay.
Get your hands off my...
But yeah, like,
Sid, I'm assuming Melody and Fink and Tim,
yeah.
we all want change as much as the next guy, but getting surprised with every time we find another instance of corruption isn't going to help. And getting micro about killing every Hootsforce member we come across isn't going to be the way to do it. Then it's just blow for blow and we're all down in the mud swinging at each other. We've got to target bigger change. We got to find out what's going on. We got to find a way to change it on a macro level.
Each time as I said,
I just saw the dead bodies around there and it just
No, I
immediately
get it.
just thought of Stone's Reach, and
Look.
he came walking. And I couldn't let what happened to Khan happen to you all too. I feel like that is my responsibility to not let you all get hurt.
Okay, Sid, we're all apart from Tim.
Yeah, he's just a little guy, but it's my responsibility to take care of him.
Yeah, we're all grown ups. We all look out for each other, but you're not responsible for us.
Yeah, I can take care of myself, dude. You didn't know me until like 2 days ago. I'm not your responsibility.
Yeah. And we can go and we can kill every Hootsforce we see, and the Hootsman's just going to keep picking more of them. There's going to be more bands like Journey and Dragon Force who are all actively trying to be in the Hootsforce. And we're just going to kill and kill until... For what? It's why Michaela has sent us to Azumaki so we can get information. And that seems to be like, if they're stealing information or whatever, then yeah, that's bad. I don't think anyone's here saying that we side with the Hootsforce or we think that you're wrong for being against them. We need to focus and channel our energy appropriately.
Sid, tell me this, right? You know, I've just been filled in on everything that happened before, Bren showed up. That battle of the bands you went to.
Yeah,
Why did you go there?
because I always wanted to be in a band,
And what was your end goal there?
to meet people, be in a band, and
And if you
try
didn't-
and do better for the world.
Right, yeah, for sure. And if you had won that battle of the bands and the Hootsforce
And-
came knocking and you didn't know any better,
And
would
I'm-
you have joined?
Trying to collect from my book
Sid,
every monster
Sid, I
in
need
the
you-
world,
just...
so I could be the very best.
Yeah, no, I get the bit. But answer this question for me. If the Hootsforce had come knocking after you had won the Battle of the Bands, would you have joined?
No,
You wouldn't have.
no. From the very beginning, I was pretty anti-authority.
Okay, well, I wasn't there. I don't know these things.
Yeah, that's why I liked Khan so much.
So, tell me this.
I mean, he made me a bit more anti-authority.
It's like Melody said,
Like,
the
it's
Hootsforce
hard when you
as
go up
an
in town
organ-
to like the Hootsforce because, like, it's very clear they don't really... Things should be shared freely. Like, it's not that hard.
Yeah, right. And gumdrops should grow on trees, which also they do in the Fey realm.
Yeah.
So everybody knows.
You look
But
very
that's-
well-fed.
Yes, I had a good berry. A guy called Murray gave it to me, and I gave him some questionable advice. Listen, the point I'm trying to make is the Hootsforce as an organization is rotten to its core, but, it's filled also with people who are there because they want to do the right thing. That cleric, I asked her, I spoke to her in there, and she didn't know a lot of what was going on. They're not telling everyone everything. There are people in the Hootsforce who think they're helping Letuan. It's
Why'd they
modular.
just murder these guys?
Well, I'm not saying these are the prime
the
example. I'm
Hootsforce
just
is the
saying,
reason that bands exist. The Hootsman himself is like, oh, band of adventurers. This is,
Yeah, but
how we should do
but
things.
that's what I'm saying is that the
Yeehaw.
people in the Hootsforce could potentially not be rotten to a one. What if it turned out that the people we just killed were starry-eyed young people who were just trying to make the world a better place?
Yeah,
We
but then-
didn't know that before we attacked that fighter.
So you think they were just ignorant to everything that the rest of the group is doing?
Seemed
Willfully
that way.
ignorant, maybe?
I don't think willful ignorance comes into it when you're not presented with the information in the first place.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of it's pretty
So what's
obvious.
So what is your answer? Go through the world killing every Hootsforce?
You throw out a bunch of apples if there's one in there that's spoiled.
And then we've killed all the Hootsforce and the Hootsman recruits more starry-eyed
No.
people who want to...
We cut down the rotten fruit tree.
now you're getting to it.
That's what I'm saying. We get rid of the Hootsforce as an organization. We don't kill every single...
the problem-
If the tree is rotten, you don't go and individually destroy every fruit on it. You just cut off the trunk. It's okay, Tim. I'm not talking about you, bud.
What?
No, never mind.
They were probably offended when you said that you can't see the wood for the trees.
No, I think they liked that. That was me reaching out to them.
Look, the problem with the Hootsforce is it's as you said, Sid, and I'm impressed with all the work and study you've done, looking at them and what they're doing outside, because it's the reason bands exist is because the Hootsforce refuse to patrol pretty much anywhere that's not the highways.
Yeah.
That's where, and I don't know about you, Bren, probably not, but like I'm from Valaga. Everything there is just a fucking spectacle. That's why I wanted to be a band. You see them, and like they're just putting on these wild performances every night on that main stage. There is just like high-flying acrobatics, wild spells going off, just shows of combat prowess and like magical ability, just for entertainment. That's what
I'm saying. To people growing up in this world, they don't know better. To them, the Hootsforce are the good guys, and they join wanting to be the good guys. We can't just kill every single one of them we see without questioning, because it's inevitable. That then.
What are we supposed
will
to do
kill
when we
someone.
see that they're already murdering other bands? Like, I feel like that's the thing you guys are not addressing.
No,
Look,
well,
Sid,
we didn't
even stop to ask questions. They could have been killed by those trolls earlier. They could have been killed by something the Hootsforce stopped coming out of that portal. Now, in this instance, it was the Hootsforce that killed them, but we didn't know that before one of them was dead.
Do you think that the Hootsforce stopped and asked questions with the motley crew before cutting them down?
No.
So why do you want to be like them?
Thank you, Bren. Same brain. This is why we get in trouble.
Yeah.
I just feel like no matter, like, if they're going to be like that, if we start just talking, they're just going to start swinging.
I'm not saying we just stand there on a podium talking about it. I say we take precise action. We take clever action.
To be fair, we were trying to, and then you talked to a tree, and suddenly we had to move.
Yeah, but I think
Micro and macro, Sid.
No,
Micro
no
and
one is
macro.
no one is saying that when we punch, we don't punch hard, but we punch back.
Yeah. And we punch what needs to be punched, and we punch when we need to punch.
So, just non-lethal all the time.
Oh, sorry. Let me speak for myself. If by punch, there's a sword in my hand, and it ends them, sure. If it's my life or theirs, it's my life. If it's your life or theirs, it's your life. If it's Bren's life, it's Bren's life. I mean,
you saw how that one just dropped fire on everyone.
Yeah.
Nope. Like, no hesitation. No thought about the trees. No thought about collateral
Sid,
damage.
Stop focusing on the Hootsforce you've seen. Stop focusing on the ones you've interacted with. That's not what we're talking about here. Yeah, a lot of them are very bad. The ones we've interacted with are very bad. I haven't even told you about half the ones I've interacted before we met.
Does anybody have a good story of any of them doing anything good.
One of them was quite
There's-
good at juggling.
There are countless tales,
Real ones or Bard's tales?
real ones, of monsters being slain by the Hootsforce to protect villages, towns, cities. Almost, they have done a lot, and we've seen them in action. They are not
Real monsters or Sun?
that I don't know, but we've killed monsters too. Yeah, they probably have killed people like Sun. They've probably killed people like Blake, but they've also killed people. They've also killed things like a Chimera or this Prydra and things like that. So that doesn't make them good people, but you can understand why everyone else can see the appeal.
Yeah, we're not advocating for the Hootsforce. We're saying you
And-
need to look at other ways to take them down.
And as Bren said, there might be people inside the Hootsforce that are willing to work with us.
Then what about the one that you jumped on his head and thunderstepped?
Sid, Bud, you gotta
Like,
stop
I don't know
focusing
why-
on these tree Hootsforce.
I don't know why what
These
I
were
did is so
bad.
different. I took one down. Khan took one down. What?
Sid.
Because you sentenced one to prison? That makes you better?
Well, I don't want to toot my own horn, but in this case, yes, better than executing someone in the woods. Sid, and it's not about what you did, it's about the way you went into it. You said you have to put down every single one of them like animals, and then you executed one of them.
Not
Before
like
we
animals.
you
A lot of
said
animals are nice.
you said you need to put them down like dogs.
Rabid dogs. A lot of dogs are great.
Okay, but you're going to talk to a dog first. You're going to see how it acts. If it's rabid, then we put them down. If it's friendly or it can be reasoned with, then we reason with it. If it comes around and it bites us, then we put it down.
I don't know. If you came upon a dog and there were a lot of other puppies around it and it had blood on its mouth and a lot of dead puppies around, would you assume it was probably rabid?
No, I look at the facts. What if it had blood on its mouth because it just destroyed the attacker who killed the puppies? Sid, there's always another way to look at things. If you rush in blindly, you're never going to get it right 100% of the time.
I just wish Khan were here.
No, that makes two of us.
Also, you moved on purpose.
I
saw
couldn't-
it.
Why the fuck would you shoot at someone I was holding? How is
Because
that-
I'm a very good aim.
I'm fucking fighting someone. We move around a bit. No one's good to control the other person. Hey, listen. Cop the fuck on and stop shooting me, yeah?
I didn't fucking shoot you.
Okay,
you moved into it.
you two, just play nice, okay? Just,
Whatever.
Bren, Sid didn't mean to shoot you. You have to know that. Okay, tell you what.
I understand that Sid didn't aim for me, but the arrow hit me.
Okay. Melody stands up, walks over, goes to a tree. He's like, Mr. Tree, you're quite big and thick, right? And he's like, yeah. Okay, you're not going to notice. This will be fine. Stands there, puts an apple on their head and says, shoot this apple, Sid.
Yeah, I mean, if I have time to aim up the shot and everything,
Yeah.
it's not combat, then yeah, you shoot it. Sharpshooter.
Like, just looks at you. The kid's good. Like, I understand. Look, everything in that fight just all went to shit.
Look,
Okay?
that's fine. Heat of the moment. Whatever. It's forgotten about. Don't worry about it.
Good. Like, again, circle of trust. If we can't all work as a team, then we can't all work. So, however, that said, I appreciate that you're getting shot. Probably sucks. Hasn't happened to me. Wouldn't like it to happen to me. Sid, would you please apologize to Bren for shooting him? Shooting at him as he was holding the cleric.
I'm sorry that I tried to take a shot that understandably we have not been enough battles together for you to know what my combat movements are. So I'm sorry for making that assumption.
Yeah, that's cool. Don't worry about it. It's
Well,
it's fine. Arrow's in the Feywild anyway, so consider it forgotten. Melody healed me up.
I do want to work on like training stuff with you. Like Khan and I had really good techniques down, and I think we could do a lot. Like you're a lot faster than Khan was, And I think that can work well together. And that's what I want to do.
Also, I'm much faster now. I don't think I told you guys now, but I got really fucking fast. in
Oh,
the Feywild.
yeah?
Oh.
Oh yeah. Like,
Oh, yeah. Is that where you're from?
No, it's not.
Oh.
I really, for a moment, thought it might be, but
Oh, I'm sorry,
No.
dude.
no, it's
Are you
fine.
okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Thanks for asking, though. I do appreciate it. No, but I did learn some stuff about the Feywild. They have sick as fuck horsemen in there. Did you see that guy before I?
You met a horseman.
Oh yeah, no, I rode the horseman.
You rode a horse? Oh, like,
Yeah,
Bren, you saucy devil.
No, not like that. No, much and all as I'm sure that would have been an experience. I don't think I had the AC
like,
to
How
survive.
many penises do
Yeah,
they have?
was
Is
the
it on
penis at the
front
back or the
back?
front?
I only.
Is it a
clocked
horse one
the
or a man one?
Yeah,
I'd be disappointed if I was a horseman and I had a man
It was a
penis.
man penis on a horse's body.
Oh, the poor guy.
God, you
Yeah.
probably barely see it.
Yeah, but he was chill about it. Like he seemed to be at peace with himself. So like,
Okay, that's
Fair.
good.
but
Fair.
yeah. Also, there's like an entire kingdom of elves in there. But they were kind of fancy elves.
Weird.
Oh.
Yeah, and they really didn't like humans. Just to put it out there, they did not want humans in there.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
seemingly a human had appeared in the kingdom next to theirs, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
And fucked the
A-
whole thing up.
A child.
Oh, was it a child?
I don't. did
Sorry,
you
as
say
a
that?
DM. I'm pretty sure I did. But
I don't
may
think
not
you
have.
did. That's
No,
the
they
first I'm
didn't.
hearing.
Oh,
of it.
I meant to say. I thought I could have said it. Oh, maybe I think I described it as a small human because they don't know what a child is.
Oh,
Alright.
yeah.
Um,
Okay, cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, back in character.
That's what I
Probably
get for-
the fucking hootsman and Sid throws his hands up and just marches up.
Okay, no need to be dramatic.
I
Here, look.
gotta find an owl as well, just on the topic of hoots. I told the guy in there I'd find his owl, bud.
Okay, well, he's probably long gone.
I think it might have been that ripped owl. This is important to me.
I can assure you it's probably not. Hey, Sid.
Yeah.
Look, while
Dude,
you're...
I want to be friends with you.
Yeah, I think that'd
It's
be cool.
pissing me off.
Fine. Yeah, I want to be friends too. I don't have a lot of friends. I don't know a lot of people.
Neither do I. I'm
I
real
don't
bad
know-
at this.
I don't know if you've noticed this about me, but like, I kind of want to be friends with people a lot. It's kind of like what I want.
I
from
know I
all
was
of
mad,
this.
but I was also kind of trying to show off, and I thought you would think it was cool if I shot an arrow over top of you, and then you moved in
No,
front
it's
of it, and made me
fine.
really
I was-
sad.
I was trying to show off by catching it. It's fine. Don't worry.
My arrows are real sharp. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. I know exactly how sharp they are now. Fine. Okay, look, friends.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Can we come up with a handshake?
Yeah. I also thought of a band name.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know if this is too soon, but I thought it was good.
Please don't be a pun about me getting shot.
I thought we could be Brendan Mellors and the Hoots Beheaders.
Oh,
Oh,
the optics on that might put us in the
Yeah,
firing
the-
line.
I- that's gonna be
Guys,
it's
our
gonna-
podcast, that is the best name I have come up with.
yeah,
for
but
this man.
Sid, the marketing on that one is going to be so hard to pull off.
I'm still going to make a t-shirt for us to sell. So
Okay, look, I'm glad you two can fucking talk. This is the blind leading the blind here. Sid,
are you blind now?
shut up. Read this.
Oh shit, is this her book?
Yeah.
Oh, Fink!
Think?
Fink's my reading
He
companion.
can read?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't think so, but we've done this for years.
all right, yeah.
Think.
Oh, yeah, no, totally.
What do I read, DM?
It's, just a very kind of standard
Book.
leather-bound book. However, it's got like a very kind of like magical feel to it.
Magic notebook.
Like you see that like Fink at some point like slobbers onto it, and usually his like spit is like slightly corrosive to like normal organic material, and it like just like wipes off like unharmed.
Hydrophobic. You pay extra for that.
And you start
Laminated.
flicking through it, and you see that it's like part spell book, part like research diary. So like
Spell book.
yeah.
I don't have that type of magical proficiency, but Melody does.
Oh well, I don't usually use books. I kind of just
Oh yeah, she learns. Yeah,
I
bards
learned
do
from
that.
the song,
I've never played
yeah.
a bard. Yeah.
and tell you what, give me an investigation check, please.
7.
I think Melody will give you the help action.
Okay. What do I? Is that advantage?
Disadvantage, yeah. Because you kind of like,
Nat 20!
fuck, okay. I wasn't expecting that.
I finally get a low roll.
That's a real 7-10 split.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it was probably
You're going to
something
need that,
sort
yeah.
You see that a couple things happen. You start, you're checking it out now. It's been, you guys have been talking for a while, and you start like pouring through it, and like, the first section is this kind of like, as I said, like a spell book. A melody comes over, and they're kind of trying to help you like decipher it, and they're like, oh, I don't really understand this part. But then you start kind of like, instantly like, okay, I'll come back to the spells, and you get right into like the research part,
The good part.
the
Numbers.
And speaking of numbers, you see that there's a lot of like technical details about this rift, or what they refer to them. I had too much time prepping for these episodes. They refer to them as an episode, or an extraplanar interrealm synchronic otherworldly door event.
Say that aloud again for me one more time.
An extraplanar interrealm synchronic otherworldly door event.
Otherworldly as one.
Yes, and interrealm as one.
Yeah, but
It was-
extra planar as two.
Sido. We'll call it an Sido.
It was the best I could do, guys.
I'm
I got really obsessed about this at like 12 o'clock last night and spent way too long writing this down.
Cool.
I like it.
And you see that all of the notes about this particular episode are about like the physical size of it, its location, orientation, the suspected energy type, the energy level, the intensity, the potential kind of like location of the other end, and where kind of, linked into the energy type, and all kind of stuff you kind of expect, and that seems quite similar to the type of research that Storms you would have been doing, just from a purely kind of like
Cursory glance.
yeah, and a very like, okay, this all is logical to try and track and understand. And then there's another metric that they have down, which is the distance from Valega.
Oh.
And you see that they have basically given this like a scale or so, and you're trying to figure out how the scale works. And with a 20, you see that the distance like coefficient is like really, really like weights it heavily. And you see that they've given this a scale of a 5 out of 10. And then as you look, you see that there was the last episode that they had looked at was a portal in, or an episode in a village or a town called Banner, which you would know to be, just yourself probably would know, and especially from these notes, is a lot closer to the highways and therefore closer to Valega. And they all of the same kind of had the very, very similar types of energy levels and everything. And this was about a month ago. And however, its threat level, it was 8. And again, it seems to be that the distance coefficient is really, really driving this.
Did you say what the threat level of this one was again?
5.
5. Okay.
And they're all relatively similar, like practically identical.
Just the distance to Valega seems to be the major differentiating factor.
Yeah. And yeah, you see that they had found this portal about a month ago or so.
Okay.
Sorry, this one or the one in Banner?
The one in Banner.
Okay.
And you see that there's notes that she had written. Her name was Fallon, and that she had written that it was
Fallon.
Yeah,
Like the books.
that she had reported this because, like, it was like kind of like, she
Reported to who?
She had done the maths, and like it came out as 8. As it was like, you see like a big like circle around. It's like report immediately. It doesn't have a name. It just says this needs like reported. And as you then start kind of like trying to flick back to previous ones, all of a sudden this book turns into ash and disappears endgame style.
Do you think she called it back to her? Or do you think the link between her and the book was broken?
You should probably call it back to her. A lot of magic items are like that.
Or do you think the book knew it was being read and just gave
As
up?
it's turning to ash, I real quick draw a sketch in the top right corner of a rat sticking his tongue out at her.
Okay. Yeah, you can, well, not 20, you can do that.
Perfect.
Sick. That was really funny, Sid.
And as you're kind of like doing this, Fink is sitting beside you. And at this point, I'll say you guys have had a short rest. Not a long one, even though you were in the Feywild for a long time, but it wasn't very restful because you were actively like running around.
Yeah.
But I'll say you can have had a short rest. And Fink, you look over to Fink, who's like nestled beside you. And you see he's got some like kind of like leaves and stuff in his mouth. And you go to brush them away. And they don't brush away.
He's even eating magical trees.
And you see that he kind of looks at you a bit, and these kind of vines come out of his back. And Fink now has a Venusaur form.
Yes! We'll get electric eventually.
And as you...
He's got all the main starters now. Charmander,
Bulbasaur.
Squirtle, Bulbasaur,
Yeah.
and Geodude.
Yeah.
So we argued his regular form is like an Eevee too. Because it's got all these evolutions going on.
Yeah,
now.
true.
And you see that same kind of way back in Stormzy's cabin where Fink kind of had all this like pent up energy. You see that kind of like mannerisms and stuff going through his body again, as if he's like asking for like permission.
Go grass.
He like fully goes out in this form.
Blooms.
I need that pen again.
I will send this to you because there's a lot.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Fink has leveled up.
He leveled up.
Essentially, not in this your actual stat type of forms, in his abilities,
Oh.
Oh, like his fire is getting stronger and shit too.
All of them changed.
as he is
me.
basically
Was he not scary enough?
he's absorbed this wave of energy.
I love that it's
Did
like
you not have the
we
last episode that we did?
Yeah,
we had
I know,
an
but
episode
it's-
where the rat kicked the fuck out of everything he threw at us,
It's-
and then he's like, "I'm gonna make that thing stronger."
Kira is really gonna believe that he's gonna be the main bad guy.
I'm just going to very, very quick cliff notes
Okay.
here, and for the benefit of the listeners, not just listen to us talk about rules for 10 minutes. Basically, in all of his forms now, he has a +1 to hit and to damage.
Nice.
His whip, his grass form is essentially the same as the zombies. He has a vine whip that'll like restrain people. It does kind of the same damage as his normal attacks, but he can do it at a range, like 15 feet. His water form,
So it's basically like his pen, but now instead of knocking prone, he can restrain in the vine.
that's the difference. Yeah,
and at a distance. Yeah.
exactly.
Construct.
You see he goes into water form, and he goes over to Bren and kind of slobbers all over you, Bren, and you see that wound in your shoulder closes a bit.
What?
Oh, that's so cool, but also, ew, but so cool. Thank you, Fink. And I give him a sausage.
A character can only benefit from this once per short rest, and it does the same amount of healing as his normal attacks. I've also balanced that.
So 2d4.
Yeah, I've also balanced that his water gun is now does the same. I just did a bit of balancing around.
Easier to remember everything he's got going on.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's just 2d4 for everything.
We can try and
So the water is no longer the 2d6?
No, it's back to 2d4, but you should always be adding proficiency and.
Oh, so
thingy
now
to
I
your
get to add
damage.
my proficiency too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Oh, okay.
so I've just rebalanced it a bit. The fire form, essentially the same. However, Finn kind of looks up to where there's like maybe a gap in the foliage and just breathes fire into the thing. He has a once per day fire breath.
He's just got a flamethrower. Like.
Yeah.
How much damage does a fire breath do?
76.
Whoa!
That's
Whoa!
It's only a 15-foot cone, and it's only DC. It's DC 13, so it's pretty easy
Did
to
you
save.
say once per short rest?
No, once per day. Once per day.
Oh, okay.
Once per day.
Fink is now the major damage output, not just on our party, but in Letuan.
Yeah. His earth form, he can now burrow So he has a burrow speed of 20 feet. His base speed is reduced by 10 feet. So he's a lot smaller and chunkier, but he can burrow. He's resistant, so he's like a barbarian when he goes into it. But his damage dice is only 1d4 instead. And he can use his reaction to impose disadvantage. So he's a tank, basically. He's an actual more functional tank. And then finally he goes into his air form. And you see that these ripples on his fur.
Sorry, the reaction what?
He can impose disadvantage on an enemy attack against an ally within 5 feet. So it's the defensive or protection fighting style. There's one of them. It's that. And then finally he goes into air form, and he's just darting around, kind of like in the same way that like Bren was full of this energy in the Feywild. You see that it has that same effect on Fink, and he goes into air form, and then little like, you know, in the Flash when it's like, and there's all these like lightning bits as he's going fast.
Yeah.
Fink's air form is now lightning form, bitch.
Ugh. You got it almost immediately after you looked for it. Well done.
And basically, again,
This is insane.
yeah,
This is
again,
ridiculous. I love it.
it's pretty much the same as the air form. His speed is doubled, bonus action dash, that kind of thing. However, with this, instead of a pin, he can daze enemies. And so what will happen is they'll make a con saving throw, and if they're dazed, any hit on them counts as a critical hit, like the next hit.
Ooh.
Yes, but only once. So it's the next hit will be a critical.
And he can do that every one of his turns?
Yep.
That's
And he gets 2
Fucking-
turns? Still?
And nothing different has changed.
that's immediately like so fucking strong. Like he can just do that, and then you just sharpshoot someone, and we put every modifier we possibly can on it. And
And the daze is his instead of the pin.
Instead of the pin. Yeah.
So it's just any attack he does.
yeah,
Yep. Now, I reserve every right to nerf this into the ground, but
I
I
think-
wanted this to be a significant level up for Fink.
Yeah.
Because he has been exposed to a huge wave of power.
I mean, God help the next enemy we run into. Like,
And we'll talk about all this more on the backstage pass.
yeah.
Okay. I'm kind of scared of what he's going to have us fight with.
Yeah. At least I'm better at running away.
And as you have that thought, Ryan, Bren,
Hi.
in your little pouch, you hear Tim speaking up.
Yeah, what is it, bud?
Yeah, I'm kind of getting like all this kind of like chatter on the grapevine, as it were.
Yeah.
That there's like something real like nasty and smelly out there.
Yeah, okay, cool. But I just made friends with him, so let's be cool about it.
No, it like all other trees are saying it's like just real nasty. It kind of just like smells wrong.
Okay.
We can't really smell, but somehow we can still smell it.
Does Fink smell different in his new forms? Is Fink scaring them? Where is it, bud?
It's gone a little deeper into the forest, or like it's away from us.
Oh, hey. Guys, Tim says something smelly is coming.
Okay.
Oh, I give a big sniff.
Yeah, you can give me perception checks.
I mean, we could also have the
Think
super
we'll do
rat
it,
do it.
with
yeah.
his advantage on.
Yep.
Yeah. Watch me try to out-smell this insane Wolverine rat. I got a 2. All I smell is trees.
25.
Who else is making a perception check?
I guess Sid will.
I did, but I got 2.
Okay.
My nose was in the bag of soil when I
Yeah,
tried to
yeah.
smell.
14.
You just smell like a really weird, like the soil from Tim is like has a very kind of similar like aroma to like just the general smell of the Feywild that you're in. Just like
Oh, yeah.
it's kind of like earthy, but just everything is super heightened. You know.
Yeah.
What did Sid get?
14.
14.
If Fink is smelling something, he's going to notify Sid for us going into stealth.
And as Fink is smelling that, however, he needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 15.
Fink has the poison condition. As you see that, Fink just starts like you command him to like start sniffing things out, and he starts going around and then just like instantly starts like retching up and like throwing up and vomiting. And as you, with your 14, kind of hear this kind of like shambling coming from deeper into like from from the forest, from where you guys had avoided the venom trolls.
I knew he was going to make us fight him.
Yeah.
No, we're going to go into stealth and run from him.
You like absolutely like this is just what's.
I think this is going to be something different because the forest pegged something new, and they didn't seem to be worried about the trolls. And Fink just changed, and I changed a little bit from exposure to the Fae. So
go on.
We got some. Just describe it, Dylan.
You, as it gets this kind of shambling gets closer, you both also need to make Constitution saving throws, and the DC is 16. No, literally just passed.
15. Me and Fink got.
You also have the poison condition, so you just have disadvantage on everything.
And
essentially,
got 11.
Also disadvantage. Are you resistant to poison?
Ooh, am I?
If so, I'll give you advantage on that. I think that kind of makes sense.
I am resistant to poison. Yeah.
We do short
'Cause
rest
my
so
infernal.
rarely. I can roll as many of my hit dice as I
Yes. Yeah. So your HP will be back, but your spell slots and stuff won't.
I get my key points back though, which is nice.
Yes.
So,
Short rest is pretty much as good as a long rest for a month.
Advantage on saves versus poison.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the same. I also have resistance to poison damage, which is nice.
That is nice.
Just I thought I'd mention that before they start.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're
If being in
you
the
got a
area
good-
is poisoning us.
Yeah, you got a good eye. So, with your failed Constitution saving throws, you all begin to just like.
Does anybody else feel sick?
And it's just this horrid stench coming at you, just overwhelmingly, just stomach churning, making you just feel just sick. As you see this large, shambling mound of vines and plant growth mindlessly go through this forest, and you see that there's like the remains of these venom trolls in there.
Well, they formed into one.
Somewhat. It looks as if you can see that the venom trolls have mutated further, but have seemingly they've all maybe killed each other. Maybe have
one put the other's arm back on and the whole thing just snowballed.
And they are all being held together by this plant growth in a very similar kind of fashion to the plant zombies from earlier. They've all been kind of hoarded together, and you see, like corpse flowers that just emit this stink. There's like those kind of sprouting all over this, and this mound, I have to it is like 10 foot wide. It's big and like 15 foot high. It is a huge just mound of this like rotting vegetation and corpse and just poisonous ooze of stink rolling towards you. Let's roll initiative. Because wouldn't let me play with my venom trolls before, so I made something nastier.
21.
Oh shit, nice.
16 for Sid and 9 for Fink.
Nice. Yuck. Sid, I know we just had a big long conversation, but I'm going to attack that without asking questions.
Wait,
okay?
no, we don't have any. I would. That's literally what I was planning on saying. No, it seems to just be mindlessly walking.
Okay, well, let's. Can I just hold my action and move away and see if it comes at me?
Yeah, okay. I think that's fairly easy to do. Kind of no rolls required. You kind of just kind of move to the side. Sid, you'd be up next. I'm assuming you're doing a similar kind of thing.
Yeah. And I don't know. Is there like a proficiency roll? I don't know. Yeah, proficiency roll. Is there like?
I mean, there's a lot of rolls.
A lot of proficiency rolls.
Yeah.
It's clearly not a beast.
Nope, definitely not a beast.
Yeah, I just want to move and see if it's like mean or something.
Sure. You can give me like an insight, or I'll let you maybe make a nature check
But
if you want.
quick, I need some. Yeah, I'll do my nature check first.
Okay, and with disadvantage because you're actively throwing up.
Yeah. So that's a
Or insight.
That's an 11 then.
An 11. This thing is still a fair bit of...
Can I roll that too? Because that's...
Sure,
We're
yeah.
doing the same thing.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
We'll both be... No, that's not going to be much better.
With an 11, it's still a fair bit away, so you're not entirely sure. You have a little bit of an inkling that if it's anything like these other plant zombies, that they kind of just attacked indiscriminately and were just like kind of lashed out at things that were nearby.
Okay. Well, then we might
Just walk away.
move to the side. I'm gonna, while it's still my turn, because I can't hold this, I don't believe. You can't hold bonus actions, can you?
No.
So I'm going to whisper to Fink, hey, maybe go fire.
Think goes into his like inferno mode.
While you're doing that, can I whisper to Tim?
Yeah.
Be like, hey, can you have one of the trees on the other side of the clearing shout real loud?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you hear on the other side just be like, yeah.
My guy.
It is then the mound's turn.
Did it react to the tree?
It does not seem to react to the tree, and seems that like you see all these like various different flowers and stuff that are on it, kind of like almost as if they're like also sniffing out or something. You guys have moved to the side. It slowly starts like course correct to go towards where you guys are.
Okay, activate. Go ahead, Brent.
Cool. Give me 1 second. Okay, yeah, no. Do you know what? Why am I trying to distract you? I fucking punch it. I was like, can I use thaumaturgy to send it another direction? But no. Fuck it. I just jump out and fucking start attacking it.
Sure, go for it.
It's a miss on the first one.
Yeah.
Assuming, like,
Remember, you've got disadvantage in all of these.
that might hit. An 11 plus 7, so 18.
Is that with disadvantage?
Well, your first two, so
My
this would be
first
the
two.
second.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. I do nothing, Dylan, for my whole turn.
What about your bonus actions? Oh, you can't hold your bonus
I
action.
can't hold a bonus
Yeah.
action, yeah. I got no flurry of blows.
You run over, start, and just like
what I do is I sprint across the clearing, and by the 5th step, I'm just like doubled over, holding my stomach, going.
yeah, it is nasty smelling, completely nasty smelling. Sid, you're up though.
Okay, it has not moved yet, right? Because
It is technically now its
but it
turn.
hasn't taken an action yet.
No, and it is moving towards you. So yeah, you can have your bullshit
Yes.
advantage thing to
So that means I don't have disadvantage. That's the main.
Yes, yeah.
And I've already used my bonus action to make Sid fire, or to make Sid. Fink.
Yeah. I say that because Fink at this point had just been showing off all his new form, so he can be in his like when you see this coming, you say, yeah, Fink, go fire. So
Yeah.
you're good.
Oh,
He's-
okay.
he's fire. Yeah.
Already, I would have had to give up my bonus action. I used it.
Oh
for
yeah,
that,
sorry, yeah, true, yeah.
I used it for that during my turn. So yeah, I'm just gonna shoot it. I suppose.
Yep.
You know, as I do.
I mean, it's a big, nasty corpse flower mound coming at you. Shooting it's probably a good thing
I'm
to
gonna
do.
try and shoot it in one of the flowers.
Okay. I like that. Okay.
Nip it in the bud.
That's a 21 to hit.
What a 21. Okay. Roll the damage and we'll see how this goes.
Okay. Thank you for standing right by it.
Welcome, yeah. I can't move. I'm vomiting left, right, and center.
17 points of damage.
Okay, Ryan, I'm going to give you a choice here.
Choice.
That's enough to either pinpoint shoot through one of these flowers and knock it off, and you see that as it's gotten closer now, it's emitting these like spores from these flowers, which is like really doing the brunt of the toxic fumes that coming at you. You can either cut off one of those, won't do any damage to this creature, but it'll let everyone re-roll their Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. I would like to do that, especially because you had said that it was using these things kind of to see.
Yeah, it's kind of It's not so much sight as just it's like sensing where things are.
But with the flowers, it seems.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, then, yeah, we're fucking shooting the flower up.
Go. So yeah, you can re-roll your Constitution saving throw. Melody passed, so they're actually okay.
Fink's okay.
Cool.
Bren's not. He rolled a nat 1 and a 9.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can I re-roll because it fell down? No, I won't. It's a 12.
Yeah, you're
Fuck!
Oh.
It's on the floor, though.
Cheers.
Doesn't count, Ryan, if it's not on the table.
It's worse.
But Fink is
Fink's okay.
okay. So Fink is kind of like, realize that he's eaten just as he's eaten worse things than this probably.
Yeah. Sid's just attacked, so Fink's going to take his coordinated attack.
Yeah, nice, cool.
I have a question for you with
Yes.
all these new abilities that rats
Yeah.
don't normally have.
Mm-hmm.
Can the fire attack's not distance. It is a melee attack. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So never mind. Well, I guess just to ask, if I'm in the other forms, normally my coordinated attack has to be one of his melee attacks.
So this is if you want to do his fire breath, that is an action on Fink's turn.
I don't mean the fire breath
Okay.
because I know that's a full action one. But say he was in the whip, the vine whip
Yeah.
form. That's melee.
Yeah.
Water. The water one. The only one that isn't a melee attack.
Yeah.
Can he do the water attacks as a coordinated
Yeah,
attack? Okay,
Cool.
cool.
That's fine.
Just wanted to
The
check.
Divine Whip is also actually ranged. It's got a 15-foot range.
He's got advantage.
Yes, because he's no longer poisoned. He's overcome that.
Yeah. Does an 18 hit?
An 18 hits.
Okay.
You see, this thing is relatively easy to hit
Yeah.
because it's chunky.
9 points of damage.
9 points of damage, and that's not great to it.
It needs to make a strength saving throw.
Oh yeah.
It sometimes doesn't make sense to me that fire can pull something from. I don't know. Burn its leg.
Yeah. It might be that you send a gout of fire over its head and it has to fall to avoid it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more or less just like Fink's still like attacking with his like
Body
claws
part, yeah.
and things, and he's just trying to pull it down. So a strength saving throw.
Strength.
Well, it's a 2 on the dice, so this thing somehow doesn't have immunity to being prone. I don't know how that makes sense,
Yeah.
but it is. It's prone. I guess it's slightly.
It's
We'll
prone.
say it's like weakened from the fire.
Yeah.
It is now its turn, and it had really not used much movement, so I imagine it's just standing back up.
I feel
Yes.
like if it's prone, it's just less solid in its constitution.
Yeah, I
so
think
like
so.
it's kind of become unknotted a little.
Yeah.
I need to think about these things when I have you check that, whether or not it will make any difference.
Yeah. It will look at this little rat that's just attacked it. Mindlessly sends out a vine attack. 17 to hit.
That's my AC.
And then the second is also another 17.
Bitch.
And this is going to be nasty.
It's hit me twice.
Yeah, and Fink needs to make a strength saving throw.
How is it? Sorry, not to absolutely murder myself, but how is it hitting you before? Am I not doubled over between it and you?
No, Fink attacked it.
It's attacking
okay.
Fink.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. Sorry, I thought it was attacking. I know what you read.
True my dice at Jim.
Don't ask stupid questions.
That's a 16 for the saving throw.
16 just about passes.
Okay.
You see as this kind of like vine whip rips around and like tries to pull Fink into like inside this mound. Fink is able to kind of just about manage to stay strong, but he does take 11 points of piercing damage on the first attack
Okay.
and 17 points on the second attack.
Okay, I need it. I'll roll them.
Mm-hmm.
So the first attack takes 2 points of damage,
Yep.
and the second one takes 8 points of damage.
Thank you for reminding me of that. As Fink also claws in with his claws and his teeth, an eruption of poison spores happens. Both Fink and Bren
Cool.
take 3 points of poison damage.
Do I take 1 point of poison damage?
Yes,
Because
because your resistance. Yeah. No, say it's similar kind of thing. Just these spores erupting. But that's its turn. Then it just basically just tries to pull Fink inside, and then it is Fink's turn properly.
Nice. Yeah.
This thing is big enough that if Fink were basically to stand right in front of it, it would absorb the entire thing because it's so big.
Yeah. So you know what I'm doing.
Yep. So it needs to make a dexterity saving
Dexterity
throw.
saving throw,
And
yeah.
you roll 7d6. So let's all send our d6 to Ryan.
This is insane.
Yeah.
Here's my fire dice. Have you got enough?
That's 6, 7.
That's the sound of a rat cooking.
Yeah.
It's not great, but it's good.
It does fail it though because it is surprisingly not that dexterous and has a negative modifier.
Below average, 23 points of damage.
23 points damage is a lot though, and you see just Fink rushes forward, just like rears up like Cyndaquil style, like these kind of like, fiery pinions kind of appear, and then Godzilla style lashes like fire into him. But yeah, and you see like a lot of the fire kind of like
I love that. That's just -1.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly
it's
what-
so
yeah.
cool.
but you see a lot of that kind of like that fire leaves Fink, and obviously you won't be able to do it again now today. It's then Melody's turn. Melody, not poisoned, but obviously it's not looking great at the nasty smell of this thing. Kind of sees that doing, like attacking damage to it is like causing spores and stuff to emerge. Just gives Bren inspiration.
Cool.
And says, I'll be here for you. Need a heal. And you see they kind of like have a cure wounds prepped and they come kind of closer in case anyone needs to drop back to get healed.
Nice.
And then it's Bren's turn.
Cool. I can do an action surge first on my go? Yeah, I'm gonna lead
you
with an
short
action
rested.
surge.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm going to use an action surge to. I'm going at it again.
Okay.
Right up in its face. Having seen it try to pull Fink into it,
Yeah.
I'm going to use my action surge to activate my quarterstaff and use it as like a pole I can hang on to in case I'm going to be pulled into it.
Oh, that's
The rod of holy, or the what is it?
Movable
The
rod?
Movable rod, yeah.
That's very smart. I love that. Yeah.
And then I'm going to Jackie Chan style, like human flag on it, and just start kicking it. So I'm going to take my full 4 with the bonus action flurry of blows.
Yeah, great.
Did you pass the thing?
I didn't, so I'm still making them all at disadvantage. So
Yeah.
I'm going to roll. First one.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, 16 and 18.
Nice, cool.
I'll see how many hit.
Yeah.
That's not going to hit. Not 20 and a 3.
Oh,
And finally, 9 and 16. So that's 16. So that's
16 hits.
Okay,
So 2
cool.
hits.
2 hits. Nice. So that's 2d6 plus. Oh no, because I can't use my quarterstaff to attack. It has to be my unarmed strike.
Which is a d6.
It's just a d6.
Yeah.
So that's 9, 12, 15 points of damage on that turn.
15 points. That's all together. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to use my flurry of blows to just try and keep it prone. If it's not, has it gotten up from being prone yet?
It has. Yeah.
Okay, then I want to try and prone it again with the landed flurry of blows attack.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. What do I?
I think it's a strength saving throw. Let me just double check that.
It passed.
It passed.
I got
Okay,
a 20.
yeah, cool,
like
cool.
so.
Oh yeah, cool.
Well,
Try to trip a plant, right?
Yep. And as you punch and kick into that, you take 12 points of poison damage.
Melody now.
You can half that down to 6.
Yeah, cool. And then I want to call for Melody to pop that cure wounds. On.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They rush over, heal you up. 6 points.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's free.
Yeah.
Nice damage, you prick. Shame if someone were to nullify it.
Then Sid, you're up.
Does Fink need to roll for that poison, or does he take
Oh, sorry.
that
Yes,
damage as well?
He takes that
takes
damage
it
as
as
well.
well.
Yeah. Sorry. Thank you.
Shouldn't have said anything. Damn it. Okay. Sid. Good at shooting shit. Used all his spell slots. But that's okay. Yeah, just gonna shoot it.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm gonna trash talk the plant. Hey, you viney bastard.
You just hear creaking of vines in it. That's just gonna.
You know, in this instance, I think your bite might actually be worse than your bark.
You hear in your little in your pouch, Tim's like, good one.
Nice. Tim, can you understand him?
Yeah, it's kind of just saying a lot of like mean things.
Oh,
Yeah.
so mean.
Hey, can I like come out and see what's going on? seems kind of interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. I let him peek.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Can I stand on your shoulder?
It might be a bit dangerous, bud. You sure?
I mean, everyone's been a bit dangerous since you guys came around, but it's been fine so far, right?
Yeah. Okay, cool. You can sit on my shoulder.
Yeah. Oh, this is fun.
I hit.
Yep.
And 15 points of damage.
Nice.
I also didn't get to use a crit.
Oh, rough. This thing's looking pretty fucked up. You guys have done a lot of damage
Coordinated
to
attack.
it. Okay, yeah, nice.
Phew. Hey, Tim.
Yeah?
Watch this. The rat's gonna fuck that thing up now.
Okay. Why is that rat on fire? Is that usual for him?
It's a whole big thing, yeah, but
Oh.
it's friendly fire.
Oh, okay.
Get it?
No.
Oh, that's okay. You're young. Do you think you could go on fire if you wanted to? Friendly fire.
I mean, I wouldn't like to.
It hits 8 points of damage. 8 points of fire.
Nice. This thing is like
Die, bitch!
charred and like just not having a great time.
Melody, slice it up.
It's
Bren's turn?
No, it's
It
Melody.
is.
first.
No, it's
Oh,
the
it's his
mound.
turn.
It's, yeah.
Thought we could trick him.
We so often do.
Yes. Thanks, guys. That is going to be an attack on you, Bren, and then one on Fink. So that is like a 23 to hit you, and then like a 9 to hit Fink. So miss.
Oh, well, that
Yeah.
hits me.
And give me a strength saving throw. I'll say you have advantage because you have your quarterstaff
Nice.
out.
Oh, okay. Nice. That's 21 on the first.
Oh yeah, you're good.
What did I get him?
A 1.
You do take 17 points of damage.
Is that halved? Because
No, that is just,
that's just
piercing
forcing,
damage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pierce.
17.
Yeah, these are like
these thorns.
thorny vines
Thorns.
that are like grabbing and ripping in and then pulling.
Interesting.
And
Think.
then it's Fink.
Think goes a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think goes.
17.
Hits.
Okay.
Hey, didn't that rat just have a turn?
Yeah, he goes an awful lot. He's faster than me,
9.
and he attacks twice as much.
9 points of fire damage.
Oh, yeah, and he's on fire. Yeah, he's almost killed that thing. Hey,
Do plants understand the concept of a main tank?
When-
Because Fink is our main tank right now.
When is Tim gonna do an attack?
hey, Bren, can I have an attack?
Oh no, bud, you're too young to attack this thing. But we can
You
practice
sure?
after if you want.
I mean, you gotta-
If my plant fucking dies.
I'm scared.
No, it's time to enact good parenting. No, but you gotta wait till you're 18 hours old to attack.
Oh,
I'm sorry, it's just the rules in Lethalon.
yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah.
What
What would you do if you were going to attack?
I don't know.
I guess we'll find out. You can train on me later, okay?
Yeah, fine.
Oh, you let him hit you.
Hey. Don't be that guy.
You see Melody holds their nose, runs up, tries to like stab in at
Don't
it.
stab it, slash it, Melody, slash it.
Oh, sorry, I've got a rapier. It's better slash. I'll give a slash a try.
Yeah.
Hits it, deals. Oof! Big hit from Melody. This thing is looking incredibly fucked. Bren, you're up.
I was hoping Melody was gonna take it down.
However, everyone takes 6 points of damage. That's a round.
I get 3, yeah.
And Bren, you're up. This thing is looking like so close to death. It already looks like death, but like all of the flowers have like begun to wilt, and like it's just like you see that from it like so much has been like cut out and burnt out. You see like this like grotesquely mutated body of one of these venom trolls that has like fallen out kind of behind it as it's like moving around and shambling, just trying to like mindlessly engulf you all.
I do all my attacks, my flurry of blows hit with 1.
Okay.
I'm going to be a brave boy and call my one-liner in case I happen to kill it.
Yeah.
Looks like somebody called a gardener. And then I'm going to... I'm going to do 7 points of damage to it.
Yeah, end it. 2 left.
Nice. I'm going to see that it's on the wibbly-wobbly downward turn. And I'm going to do an inverted Chun-Li kick on it and pretend like I'm a strimmer and go... kick it into a load of bits.
Yeah, somehow that works.
And then yeah, that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to chop it up that way.
Wow, that was really exciting. I got to spin around lots.
You did,
Yeah, I'm still kind of holding on to your. I've got kind of weird.
You were still sick at that point, right?
Yeah, I'm also twirling everything. Here's your poison damage.
You see as it kind of like as you strim it back, all of the these kind of like leaves that were kind of having like connected to the bodies of the venom trolls all get like severed. Basically, everything just kind of gets smashed apart, singed, burned, kind of falls down, deanimated, and lies defeated. And Tim's like, wow, that was great.
You like that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We can work on that again.
Okay.
Do you think you could add to that?
Maybe.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm going to just, I'm going to loot it. We never loot anything. I
We
feel
don't.
Like we should be looting. things.
Yeah. You.
I was thinking that the whole time I was playing Baldur's Gate. I was just like, fuck me, we never loot
We
anybody.
never loot
No, you
anything.
don't. I've got to actually meant to say that in the last backstage pass, but I'll
Oh,
say.
you said that to me.
Yeah, I said it to you in the car on the way home. But that's it. We'll talk after.
Okay.
You break it down. Tim kind of looks up to you, Bren, and is like, "Hey,
Yeah?
I kind of like. Do you think there's gonna be like more like nasty things around here from this forest?"
I couldn't tell you. I thought we were done, and then that thing came along. Why don't you ask your friends?
Okay. Can I like put it on the ground just like so I can talk to them better?
Yeah. You do you.
Yeah.
I let him jump down.
Tim kind of just like he's got these like tiny little like
Like root legs.
yeah. It's because he's still mainly just an acorn.
Yeah.
But just these kind of like little like viney legs coming
right
out.
now he looks like a baby Pokemon. Yeah.
Yeah. He looks like a very small Bellsprout.
Okay, cool.
If a Bellsprout had an acorn for a face.
Yeah.
Or a head.
Which would be a better design than Bellsprout.
Tim, after a while, kind of looks up. He's like, I kind of think that's everything. Kind of looks like that was like just like the main thing that was like causing trouble.
Cool.
But
Thanks for the heads up.
yeah, well, you're welcome.
You want to come back up?
Yeah, I guess the DM doesn't really know what to do with Tim,
That's fine. You can just chill on my shoulder until the DM has an idea what to do with you.
but he was kind of thinking, what if I was like to stay here and like be like a protector like you guys?
Aww.
I mean, that's fine. You can put roots down here if you want.
Yeah, I kind of like all these kind of roots that have been growing. I don't really know what much I can do in them, but if I was to go in here, all like the ground's all like enchanted and stuff, and I can grow up to be as strong like you, and then maybe I can like move around.
Okay. Yeah. You want me to plant you?
Yeah, I'd like that.
Okay. I'm gonna axe kick the ground to make like a hole.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be all right, bud. Well, I guess this is goodbye then.
yeah. It was nice hanging out. You're cool.
Yeah. So are you.
Do you want to come back and say hi sometime?
Yeah, absolutely. I will.
Great.
But you're growing so fast. How will I know which one you are?
I'll know.
Okay.
You'll know. I think that's
Incredible.
fine. That is an amazing picture, Ryan.
Yeah.
Take a photo of
That's
that.
the canon art of him.
Yeah. Like, that's him.
Yeah. Hold it up to one of the cameras. Okay, bud. Well, look.
You won't be able to see that. We'll overlay it.
Yeah. I'll catch you on the flip side. And I just throw him so much dirt in his face. Stamp in the ground so he's good and planted.
You guys, you would know, Sid, that Vespuccio had been going to the next town, and because you're a ranger and you've got fucking ranger bullshit and can't be lost or anything, you would know that you basically kind of shortcut through this forest to get to the next town.
Then we will do that.
The looting thing. You find like a couple of just like swords, a few fandals and things like that. Nothing particularly fancy from the motley crew. There's like they're wearing like leather jackets that are like super torn now because they got like super mutated, so they're all like kind of shredded all over them.
We obviously take that.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys make your way through the forest.
Oh, these Vandal things. These are those things that you guys said that you're looking after them, right?
Yeah, just put him in. I'll put him with the rest.
Yeah,
bud.
we'll take
Yeah.
them. So
Okay, cool.
You're wearing you out so much lately. So-
Yeah.
Yeah, just let us carry.
What a
this
waste
load
of
for you.
paper. Are they paper?
Sure.
They're paper coins.
Yeah.
I hate Lethwell.
And as you're having this discussion about fan
The
dolls,
difference between a gold and a platinum is literally they've written gold and platinum on them.
you exit the other side of this enchanted forest, say goodbye to Tim,
Yeah.
and you see there setting up in the next town over is Vespuccio and his caravan, and that is where it will end this episode.
Woo! Woo!
I like it.
I like it an awful lot. I like it an awful lot. Now,
Phew. Yeah.
Right.
I
I have a thing. I wrote an
Okay.
outro because we need an outro.
An outro. Great.
Yeah.
Fucking hit us with it, Jim.
So, thank you for listening to this episode of Hardfire Tales. If you enjoyed
Solid
this
so far.
episode, please leave us a review on your platform of choice. Follow us on our socials and join our Discord. You can find links to all of these and more in our link tree. If you would like to show a little extra love, please consider subscribing to our Patreon. It'll give you access to lots of behind-the-scenes stuff, including artwork, composing, and the backstage pass, an exclusive mini episode to follow each mainline episode.
Jim, that was like professional.
Thank you.
That's the most
You
professional
won't
this
be getting
podcast has
that from
ever
us
been.
again.
I wrote it while I was vomiting earlier in the episode.
I drew a picture.
Okay, and with that, let's remind you all to stay dangerous.
All right, how are you doing? It's Con here again. I have some angelic music behind me, and that might be some kind of hint where
I'm the
I am.
angel on
Heaven.
your shoulder.
Get off my shoulders, you pricks! I gotta do call outs. Swear to Lou. Right, as always, we're gonna lead in with Kira, who again has generously given her call out to someone else. And this time I'm gonna say, how are you? To Teddy and Zeb, some of our close friends from the LARPing community. Incredible costumers and a dab hand at magic and a dab hand with a sword. So, Teddy and Zeb, if you're listening, how are you going? Secondly, we have the Rookie DM, as always, a font of content and a font of information. I don't think this is going to air before at VentureCon, but if you're at VentureCon and you saw, hope you had a good experience. He's a good guy. And then finally, I was going to mention someone, but they were so fucking stealthy I forgot who they were. Oh, that's right. It's Sneaky Boy. Luke, good friend of the podcast and always deserving of a shout out. And then someone whose name you will definitely recognize from our socials. It's Quadruple Bacon Art. Becca is a very good friend of ours and an insanely talented artist. Drew a picture of Bren and Fink being hot boys that I recommend you all check out. It's on our feed. Becca, you're an absolute star. And then finally, we have a new friend, but quite a good one, I think, Welshlander. It's a pleasure to say your name for the first time, and I can't wait to say it much more in these con call-outs. We saw that you subbed, but we haven't gotten an actual call-out yet. So, how are you going?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Con. Nice to meet you. And that is all my time. The angels and the devils are signaling that I have to go back wherever the fuck I am right now. So until next time, save me! Save